Hey, welcome back to our Core 5 video. Toot-Toot, honk, beep, the importance of traffic and conversions. All right, I wanted to bring back our ESBI diagram. I want to really break it down to another level to really hit it home for you. I want to deal with linear income and how it relates to residual income. Okay, so J. Paul Getty, he said that I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own efforts. Very interesting. Now I want to bring this home to the affiliate marketing space in this business that we're building and thriving on right now. So for right now, let's just focus on the left side of the ENS. So 100% of times 1 equals income. See, when you're an employee, you have a job. You're basically trading your time for money, and you have absolutely no leverage. Now, I'm not trying to down to like make it like a bad thing. It's necessary. We need employees. We need employees to run businesses, to have psychic satisfaction. To make things work. You should be doing what you love as an employee. That's what you do. You work to have to earn to get satisfaction, and you sell services or products to earn an income. Okay, not the other way around. So when you become if you're in the S quadrant, instead of having a job, you own a job. You still trading your time for money, and you don't have any leverage. And every time you work hard and you make a sale, or you make whatever you're doing happen that day, the next day you got to start over from zero all over again. Okay, that's called linear income. Now, in our affiliate marketing business space, this is, if you remember, this was our the most common, but also the worst model ever. This represents linear income, and I'm gonna deal with, as we go along, I'm gonna break down to the nth degree why exactly it is the worst and the most common. Okay, but at the very outset is the one of the main reasons why, that if you're lucky, when you flow from this model, you may get a 1 or 2% conversion. And this is why the 96% are earning less than $1,000 per month, and why 78% of them are not earning anything at all. And yeah, that smile, it goes away because you're not really happy. Most people get frustrated and they just say, this thing is not working for me, and they move on to something else that has bells and whistles. Okay, let's look at the right side, or depending on your perspective, could be the left side, but it's the business owner and the investor side, the BI of the quadrant. Let's read the quote again from J. Paul Getty. He said, I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's effort than 100% off my own efforts. Now, when you're flowing from the B quadrant, you're the 1%, and you're tapping into 100%, okay, of other people to get your income. This is when you own a system, or you create or tap into a system that is automated. Okay, and the people work for you, or the automation is so is churning away at such a profound level that is making money out the wazoo like gangbusters. Okay, now you have people that's making you money, or the system is making you money, and this is like one of perhaps the ultimate leveraging system. As an investor, your money works for you. Your money equals money. It's passive income. Now, passive income is the type of income that is taxed the least, right? Very important. If your earned income comes from an employee, 50% of your money is taxed. Well, when you're investors and business owner, what's left over is tax. And oftentimes you can defer taxes to infinity. You can really do this. I know I've done it. I know other people that are doing it. You can do something called a 1031 tax exchange and basically roll over the capital gains of the appreciation of a rental property to the next purchase of a greater size rental property. And you can do this for all day long. You can never stop this, okay? That's just one example. Now, your income is not dependent on you being there. This is now you've enacted freedom, financial freedom. You've enacted wealth. Remember, wealth is measured over time. How long can you sustain your lifestyle without having to work to keep it at least where it is? Okay. Now check it. This is our model that was the baddest, the most uncommonest model ever. Remember, what it also represents the residual income. Residual income. Now check it. This right here is your pipeline. This is your vehicle. Okay. This is what's going to get you to point A to point B. Not necessarily the quickest, but the most efficient and long term. You remember, you want to play the long term game. You don't want to go to something that's quick. But in order to activate this whole vehicle, this system, this pipeline, guess what? You need gas. Well, your traffic, your potential customers, your prospects, they are your gas. And listen, when you have a Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce or a high performance vehicle, guess what? You can't go for cheap gas. You need that 93 octane and above, or your car's not gonna work right. Okay, so you got to supply with the proper fuel to make it work. Right? Okay, you follow it? Now check it. This is a technique that I used when I was an educator for about over 10 years. It's called something that's called backwards design. You actually want to start from the end result and work your way forward. So look, our number one goal, let's be real, is to make some money, make a lot of money, make boatloads of money. Well, what comes before money? You need to sell something. Okay. Well, what comes before a sale? A conversion. And what comes before a conversion? Your list. Remember, your biggest asset that we've been talking about throughout this whole Masterclass series? Your list is your greatest asset. Well, what comes before your list? Traffic. You got to have quality traffic. Listen, all traffic are not created equal. We're going to deal with the rules of traffic in a minute, but I want to make this really resonate within you, and I want to make sure that you understand this on an emotional level. So let's deal with the fundamentals. There's basically two types of traffic sources, and we're going to deal with the game of traffic. Okay, so let's make this happen. So this is your site, and on one side you have external traffic. On the other side you have internal traffic. Now your external traffic deals with media buys, SEO, endorsed, social platforms, and retargeting. We're gonna break these down a little more detail later, but I just wanted to get you an overall view of it. Now, your internal traffic deals with your personal list, your greatest asset that has been pre-framed and are ready to enter into your world, and they have your voice because you offer them value, you give them value, and you bond with them. This is your best traffic source. But in order to get your list, you need to have your external traffic source on lockdown. And you need to not become a jack of all trades, but just take one and master it. Master something. Be good at one thing that you're known for. And then once you do that, then you can begin to master other things. All right. Excuse me. Let's deal with the game of traffic. There's some rules that we want to break down. I alluded to some of them, but I want to go a little deeper. Not all traffic is created equal. Where it comes from, how you get it, where it's derived from, all these things, it's not equal. You got to be mindful of that. You need to understand the message to market match. There needs to be continuity from the moment that your prospect enter to your front door, when they go to the living room, the foyer, the living room, and every area of house to the final place of resting where you're going to sit and talk and continue to bond with them. Everything needs to be continuity. You need to have continuity and be succinct. All right. You never want to waste traffic. You always want to capture and monetize every last bit of it. Okay. Don't go for cheap. Go for results. Remember, cheap won't work in a high performance automobile. You got to get that 93% octane. Those people, talking to people in the U.S. I don't know what happens in other countries, but whatever's the most expensive and higher grade quality of traffic, that's what you want to go to, because ultimately, if you pay for cheap traffic and no one is, if you getting bots, which is like a computer just clicking on things and it's look like that you getting traffic, or if you getting just people who are just kicking around tires who are not really wanting to do anything, people know good and well that they have no intentions of doing nothing. That's not a quality traffic that you need. You want people who are hungry, who are looking for what you're trying to present to them. Remember, customers, they want to move away from pain and move toward pleasure or comfort. Okay, it's not the product, it's the offer. This is where a lot of marketers, a lot of salespeople, whatever you're doing, you always sell. I don't care what industry you're in. We'll talk about that later. This is a conversation for a different masterclass. But where people fall, where your salesmen fall, where your marketers fall, is that they focus on the product. No one wants the hammer because it's a hammer. They want the hammer because they're trying to put a picture on the wall. So what you need to do, that message to the market, it needs to deal with the results that you're gonna that your potential customer is looking to get from that pleasure point, moving toward that pleasure, moving away from pain, that level of comfort. So you need to focus solely on the positive results that they're looking to get. Okay, and then you play strategically, play strategically, not short term. Play for the long term. When you play short term, you're hauling buckets and you're just throwing stuff against the wall and hoping something stick. When you enter this space of affiliate marketing, you need to. It's part science and part art, and you got to learn to master those techniques and know when to use them so you can play for the long term. Okay, be like chess players. Be strategic. Don't play checkers. All right, have fun, guys. It's a game. Oftentimes, when you deploy some traffic campaigns, you're not gonna get the results that you were hoping for. Don't take it personal. That's why you need to track and see what happened, what type of quality you got, where did it come from, what something was missing, is the link didn't work right. Understanding that it's just a game, so really get your mindset right, and have fun with it. And trust me, you're gonna need to. It's gonna pay off dividends. All right, now let's look at backwards design. Let's see how it works in our actual bad boy model here. This is our high performance Lamborghini model. This is our most uncommon model, right? Okay, so backwards design, the end game. We want the money, honey. You dig? Okay. Well, what comes before the money? The sale. Well, how do we get the sale? Well, we have to deploy value with our conversion sequence. Okay, we got to give before we get. Remember, I'm going back to this. You can remember this. You don't be cold and you sit in front of a fireplace or stove and say, give me heat when you didn't put the wood in. Okay, you don't go to the bank and say, give me some money out when you didn't put no money in. So you got to give value, and you convert them with your sequence. That is gonna, and what comes before that? Your list. You get your list by having your capture lead pages, custom capture lead pages, and you getting like a 60 to 20, anywhere from 20 to 60% opt-in rate, which is a pretty good, nice conversion rate. Those who didn't convert and opt in, you're getting them from retargeting. So now you got 100% capture, some form or another, either from direct opt-in or from retargeting, where you're following around on the internet. Okay, and what precedes that? The quality traffic that you have. So this is our model for backward design employed and implemented in our bad boy model. Okay. When now all that happens, now we're talking 25%, 15 to 25% conversions. Okay. So, how long can you do this and not be happy with superseding, being a part of that 4%, standing out in the crowd, leaving quickly from the 96%. But remember, it's still the long game. You got to be strategically. It's not a race. You got to, plan and execute. Okay, you don't become great overnight or by accident. It comes by persistence, with a plan and executing that plan. Okay, then we get big smiles. We get big smiles, we get big pockets. All right, you dig? Now check it. There's 3 levels of traffic. We have our fast results traffic, we have our strategic scale, and we have our domination. Let's break them down really quickly. I don't want to get too in depth with this because there's so much to it. I just want you to give you a quick overview. Basically, so our fast traffic becomes our nucleus of our whole levels of our blueprint. So within the fast results, we have basically 5 different channels. We have influencer media, 24-hour traffic media, social media, display media, and PPC. Influencer media is like, you know what influencers are: YouTube influencers, Snapchat, Facebook, all these people who have these huge followings where you can tap into their following and you can monetize them, because a lot of them have all these huge lists, but they don't know what to do with them. And this is a really powerful way as of this day to really get some really highly focused, highly engaged traffic to your offer. This is the nucleus. So you have influencer media, the 24-hour media. I've just deployed this. It's gangbusters. It works like incredible. Actually, I employed a 24-hour media, and I got traffic within like 6 hours. Once I submitted it to the network, I'm telling you, I'll show you guys later, but I got within 6 hours traffic began, because I gave them the go-to to start if once they got the green light when they want to, and that was actually the fastest time I ever personally received traffic. Then you have your social media where that you can tap into for traffic. Display media, that's where you have different banner ads that you can put on your pages, or you can just have it be following them throughout the cosmos of the internets. And you have PPC, which is basically SEO, pay-per-click, like Google pay-per-click, Bing pay-per-click. Okay. Our next level is strategic scale. Now listen, before we move to strategic scale, my advice to you is master one of the fast results. You don't have to learn and be a master at all these bad boys. Just pick one. Matter of fact, stay in the nucleus, stay in that center, the epicenter of this whole model. Pick one that you like more inclined to be that stirs you in your emotionals right away. Pick that, master that bad boy, get it activated. Prepare for it. Make sure you have your custom links, that you got your tracking right. Your custom links that's on your capture lead pages. Make sure all that is done before you even start deploying any traffic. Remember, there's a process. Your traffic is the last thing you want to worry about. You got to set your campaigns up correctly. There's further training I will do to let you know how to do that, but I'm just speaking overall now. What you want to do is just pick one, master it, get results, because that's why it's called fast results. You actually are able to see how what you're presenting, how's it responding to the marketplace. That's going to be your greatest indicator no matter what. So as you master one, you can actually tap into another one that's in fast results. So now you have multiple channels that is coming to your landing page. Okay, it's coming to your custom landing page. Now, as you go through this whole process in the beginning, listen, you never just want to depend on one traffic channel. I mean, back about 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I know friends of mine who depended on just like Google pay-per-click, which was real cheap. Like they were getting like 50 cents a click, and everybody was like making bucks like gangbusters, like they was robbing babies blind, So, but then all of a sudden Google decided, it's called the Google slap, where they changed the algorithm so that instead of 50 cents per lead, they charge $10 per lead. And overnight, all their businesses just basically went under, went bankrupt. Even now I speak, Facebook is constantly changing their algorithms. I don't know how you can stay focused on that. And the key thing is you want to become an independent entrepreneur. You want to stand above the crowd. So you want to understand that and have multiple traffic channels that you eventually will master, but use them. You want to have multiple coming to you, so if one falters or change, your lifeline, your gas to your vehicle will still, your car will still go. All right, now listen. Level 2, strategic scale. This is after you have received the necessary data from your level 1. You know your numbers, you know what's converting, you've tweaked, you've resubmitted things, you've got more input. Now your conversion levels are at an all-time high. You got money coming in. You know this is what I know. Not there's just $1 I'm gonna spend, I'm gonna get 2, but I know for every $1 I may get $10. Okay, but at least I wanted my bare minimum was for every $1 I want to get 2. Even if that's the case, you can scale this puppy now. I spoke about this a little earlier in some earlier videos, but this is where strategic scale come into place. CPA, not like a this is stand for CPA, cost per action, not like a tax attorney or a tax accountant. This is where you have these super affiliates, super affiliates that are like gangsters. Like they know their stuff. They can command traffic. And boatloads of it. They have these networks of affiliates where you only pay on the action that you want, whether the action be an opt-in or a sale or whatever, or a phone number. I mean, this is where like these big mega companies like Apple and companies like that are using to market. Okay, this is a whole nother level. Now, us being smaller in size, like not a massive $1 trillion company, we still could play in that game, but we only should play in that game once we have mastered and know what our numbers were in the nucleus of our fast results traffic. Okay, does that make sense? All right, and we have Traffic X Media, and then we have our third level. Now, our third level is for total domination. This is not like in a bad way, but that's really owning your space. Like you are the king. This is your domain, and you have the statues up. You have the streets named after you. This is your world, okay? This is the area of space. This is the niche, the vertical that you own, okay? Because when you do this now, you can create. Once you have your model of what works and you scaled it, then you can have all these other. You can create a system. Now you can create another system of automation around that bad boy, and then you can have all these syndicates, and you can create have other affiliates marketing your systems, and it just becomes, trust me, it becomes domination. And listen, we have our level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now around all of that, everything you do, when I said you want to capture and monetize every traffic, well, you do that by retargeting. We discussed that earlier. You do that by retargeting, okay? Very important, because what's going to happen is that all these traffic sources that you eventually will have, they're going to flow to your custom lead pages. Okay, remember from my diagram, the traffic starts here, and flows toward your custom landing pages, which will ultimately build your bad boy list, your greatest asset. And for those that did not opt in, boom, retargeting. So now you're not wasting one iota, not one penny. You feeling me? This is pretty much a mass traffic blueprint that is pretty gangster. Yeah, it's really amazing. So check it out. If you would like to get more information on how to master these principles that I just showed you, how you can literally command traffic at your will and create your own economy, listen, you know what to do. Click that little red button directly beneath this video. Guys, thank you for showing up. Thank you for your engagement. I'm looking forward. We got 2 more videos left. I look forward to seeing you in Core 6 video. Please don't forget to leave me a comment. I look forward to hear what you got to say and answer any questions that you may have. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. See you in the next video.